Hey everybody, welcome to Coach's Call, Sharp Lines and Stacking Dimes. This is our college football pick'em show. Missed last week, but we're back this week, probably for the most important week of the season so far. Rankings came out. We know who our top four are. Georgia, Michigan, TCU, USC are the top four. Looking probably stay the same. I'm hoping it stays the same. Because if anyone loses, I really don't want to see OSU back in the mix because they completely suck. Twin dicks, they're horrible. They don't deserve in or nothing. I'd rather see a two-loss Alabama team, but we won't even get into that until it actually happens. The only thing I do see I'm excited about for this Final Four, if it stays the same, is I will be betting dogs and only dogs. The lines are going to be so big. I love the dogs in this situation. Just like right now. I mean, I'll just go ahead and start it off. This big one right now. You got Georgia giving 17 and a half to LSU. It's a 3 p.m. game. It's in Atlanta. Georgia giving 17 and a half to LSU.
That's crazy.
What do you think?
My,
Yeah, well, talk to me, Tristan. What do you think?
I think in a championship game, that's crazy to me. I mean, I know that some of these college football teams can run scores up, but Georgia doesn't seem to have the type of offense to just run a score up on another high-powered SEC team. So
And LSU just coming off a ass whooping by my Aggies. But still one of the top teams in the. What do you think, Donnie? You think that's enough or that's not enough points?
I mean, on paper, it does not look like, it looks like it's a ton, but right now the money's coming in on Georgia. And I mean, it really started shifting about a day and a half ago. It's a big number. Like it's almost a 30-point spread. So maybe they see something that we don't, but I'm gonna go with Georgia.
I'm the set. Okay, in this particular instance, I like the Georgia. I like the points. Okay, so this is where this is one of the few spots like this year I've done before where I will take a big spread like this and run with it. I do like Georgia minus the 17 and a half. I don't think I mean if we hurt that quarterback, we're not very good. I mean, we are pretty good defensively, but we're out there all the time. I just think Georgia's a lot better. I like Georgia minus the points. I mean, I might tease it because it is a lot of points and scares the shit out of me, but I don't see Georgia having any problems at all with LSU and Atlanta. Not at all. Now, the one game that I am excited about, but this is gonna be the one. I'm taking Utah plus 3 over USC. I'm telling you right now. I'm taking Utah plus 3 USC. Not only will they cover, they're going to beat USC. They're going to physically beat USC. I'm calling the upset now. Number 11 Utah over USC. Go ahead, Tristan.
do you think USC losing that game means they shouldn't make the playoffs?
Yeah, they lose that game, they're out.
I think that's bullshit.
They lose that game, they're out.
I think I understand how it works, so like you don't have to explain it to me, but like I think it's really bullshit how like a TCU can go all season. I think I read where they played the
Okay, no, I agree. I half-ass agree with you. Okay? A team should not get punished for losing in the conference championship game.
because they have to play an extra game.
I agree with you. But if you already have one loss and now you're going to lose again, no. Now TCU, hey, you're undefeated unless you get absolutely waffle stomped. Unless TCU loses by 4 touchdowns or more, TCU can lose, and I'm still good with them being in the top 4 in the playoffs. But you're talking about a one-loss team going in here, and then they get beat. That's 2 losses you already have. If it was 1 loss, I'd be with you. Yeah, USC. You know what? It's a long season. I get it. You can still come in.
I don't think USC is the team you need to worry about losing. I think it's TCU.
I hope not. I mean, other than Georgia, that's the only thing I have to root for in the damn from here on out.
Everybody was saying is comparing. I've seen where people have been comparing TCU to Cincinnati last year, and I don't think that's fair.
Okay, Joe Klatt, if you hear this, you are the biggest fucking idiot ESPN has ever paid to put in front of a mic. And I'm going to say that because he said the same thing. He said, well, what about Cincinnati? TCU's like Cincinnati. No, they're not. The Big 12 is way better than that fucking conference.
Yeah.
TCU plays a way better schedule, a lot tougher team. It's not even, you're talking apples and oranges.
TCU has more top 25 wins than the other three combined. From what I read.
And supposedly they've got the number one strength of schedule also that they've gone through.
I thought it was like, it doesn't matter. I thought it was like 7, but it doesn't matter. It's still tough.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's you can't compare. Now, comparing Cincinnati to the Boise States of old, yeah, I can see that because you don't play anybody. It's just like Clemson. I mean, the ACC is just dog shit, horrible.
Yep,
horrible. You can't compare them to TCU.
The difference is, I mean, they're not horrible, but they're not the caliber of SEC. You know, you can't say that if USC has 2 losses and you think they're better than Alabama, who lost to Tennessee and Georgia by
2 plays.
Yeah, 2 plays, like
on the road at a hostile environment. On the road at a hostile environment. They lost to Tennessee at night and to LSU at night.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
I don't think it matters.
You got to bring me a better argument than that.
They lost the game. Like, that's my argument.
Okay, then the same thing goes for, TCU. They lose, they're out.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tristan. You shouldn't be punished for losing a conference championship game. You shouldn't. But if it's your second loss, bud, I mean, that's 2 losses already. I mean, it's your first loss, I get it. But your second loss, come on. Now you got a 2-loss team over there. You can argue it all night. It doesn't matter. It's all going to depend on what Condoleezza Rice wants to do anyway. And we have no.
I'm kind of hoping that they all just win and it stays the same.
I'm with you. I am with you. I agree, because the last thing I want to see is Ohio State get the shit kicked out of them again, because that's what's going to happen.
Well, so like part of me is like, I also am kind of like, if it comes down to it, right? They're going to put either Alabama or Ohio State in. It better be Alabama over Ohio
It'll be Ohio State. They're already number 5.
Yeah.
And Ohio State only has 1 loss. They're the next team in. That's the scary part. But the thing is, if they do, they're going to go play Georgia. And you think Michigan beat the shit out of you at home? Wait till you play Georgia on a neutral field. They're going to come in dry, big boy. You better be biting a pillow, because this one's going to fucking hurt.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude. So I'm with you. But Coach Whittingham, Utah, I've been saying it all year in every podcast. You know how much I love Utah. You know how much I love Coach Whittingham and what he does at Utah.
I love the state of Utah. It's great.
I'm gonna keep riding. I'm gonna keep riding Utah, and I am gonna bet this game at the +3. Matter of fact, as soon as we're done, I'm gonna do it.
When do these games start? Is it Saturday?
This one's on this one's tomorrow. Utah USC is tomorrow, bud. Utah USC is tomorrow at 7 p.m. So that's going to be exciting.
I know Caleb Williams, the quarterback for USC, has been getting a lot of NFL draft attention.
Dude, they win this game, and they say he might win the freaking Heisman.
Which is sad, because he hasn't proven it.
Right.
As long as the fraud CJ Stroud doesn't win it, I don't care.
Oh, he won't win it. Oh, and then Michigan's guy, he's out for good.
Yep.
The running back.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. It doesn't matter, because that other guy he looked like a cell block D running type running back.
Oh yeah.
That guy looked freaking good. Like, yeah, the replacements type guy. So yeah, I've got you. Let me ask you guys. Okay, so it's USC given 3. Donnie, what's your pick on that one?
I'm actually going to go USC on this. It seems like a weird line. I don't understand the -3. Most of the money coming in is on USC, but here's why I'm doing it. You would think if they're that close that the plus 140, plus 130 money line will be getting hit pretty hard for Utah, and it's not. It's just not there. There's nothing there. So that's why I'm thinking the line's not big enough.
I got you. Tristan, what do you think?
I'll go USC as well.
Okay, good. Then I won't be seeing y'all at the ticket window.
I'll be seeing Donnie.
Yeah. Right. Maybe on this one. K-State, number 10, K-State, already losing to TCU once. Plays TCU, which is number 3. TCU's only given 2.5. And they're minus 135 on the money line. Talk to me, Donnie. What do you think? What do you see?
Same situation as Utah and USC. I mean, you would think you get hammered on money line. It's just not there. I mean, 2.5 in college football is pretty much, you might as well say it's 3 because most of those games do end in 3. So that is your number. Like they're expecting this game to be real tight and somebody win by a field goal. That hasn't happened a lot with TCU this year, and the over's in play right now. So I think, if you're betting it, minus 2.5 is a great number.
Tristan, you got any views on this one?
I mean, I always reference to how the TCU that I've paid attention to this year, the motherfuckers should score. I mean, can K-State stop them? I don't know.
No, but the problem is I don't know that TCU can stop their passing game either. I mean, it's vulnerable. I mean, and that's why the line is 62. But I'm going to stick with TCU. You just got to ride them till they buck you, man. I mean, you just have to ride them. Not saying they're a covering machine, but they are winning. And with the line being under 3, I'll take TCU minus a 2.5.
What's the money line?
Minus 135. You can get K-State at plus 115.
Damn, so Vegas thinks that game's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one for you. Here's one for you, Donnie. This is something you might look up in your charts and graphs and shit. North Texas and UTSA play tomorrow at 6:30. That total is at 69.5. Boy, that makes my panties draw. I already want to bet the over.
Yeah, I do too. I'm all over the over on that game right now.
Okay, good.
It's well in play. Like the money's like almost 40% difference. Like I'm sure that people are like, oh my gosh, that's a huge number. It's nothing. UTSA is going to score. And they should score fairly often too. So I would expect that game to go over.
I like the over. I'll tell you what, I like that over as much as I like this under. Coastal Carolina at Troy Saturday at a 2:30 game. The total's only 48.5. For a championship game, the total's only 48.5. That would be an under that I would play. I haven't looked at anything. I'm just looking at the number itself. That would be an intriguing USA? Under for me.
Is that for the Conference USA championship?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So I got Utah. Y'all got USC. I got TCU. What'd y'all have?
I got TCU in that one.
Yeah, I TCU.
I really think everybody's gonna blow this like whole playoff thing out of proportion, and then they're all just gonna matter. Yeah, they're all just gonna win, and it's not gonna matter.
But those of y'all that North Texas UTSA bet it at 69.5. Fuck, I might bet it all the way up to 72 if it even moves that much. I'm just telling you, they can't set the line at 79, right? I mean, Vegas ain't going to set a line at 79. They're both going to.
It's one of their higher line sets.
Yeah, and, I mean,
I understand why people think it's going to go over or under. They only played to 48 points earlier this year, but right now they're thinking, yeah, it's probably a great bet, but both of these teams, that was earlier in the year, both of these teams are now scoring, more proficiently. So, yeah, expect this one to be a shootout.
Number 9, North Carolina. Number 9, Clemson in North Carolina. Mississippi. No, this is at Bank of America. Are you going to that game, Tristan? You said you were going to try to go.
Yeah, I thought about it. I still
I
might.
would.
You never know. It should be a good game.
Clemson, North Carolina, Bank of America Stadium, North Carolina, in Charlotte.
Who's favored in
Clemson
that
is given
game?
7.5, bro. Clemson is given 7.5.
To Drake
Why is Clemson
May?
giving 7.5 to anybody? Please, somebody tell me.
It's because North Carolina is coming in on a skid. I mean,
Their defense
they did
sucks.
squeak it out versus Wake Forest. They squeaked it out versus Virginia. And then they got beat by Georgia Tech and NC State. Now, were they close? Yeah, but still, Clemson is coming in off of the South Carolina stinging, which is, I mean, that's pretty much what it was. That was just a stinging. Like, they just got stung. But they've been in pretty good form since then. Like, losing to Notre Dame was bad, but, they expect that bounce back game that you love. So, yeah, I would expect it. That's why they're giving up 7. And I actually like Clemson in this game.
Do you really at 7.5?
Yep, I do.
Wow. I can't.
We already know anybody can score on North Carolina.
Right. I get it.
I think North Carolina can score with them too, though.
Sure, they may be able to. The difference is, like, how dismayed is that team after getting just back-to-back losses and now have Clemson, and Georgia Tech and NC State are not good.
You mentioned squeaking it out against Wake Forest. I think that's not a fair example. I think that was just a track meet.
You don't think NC State's a good ball club?
Are you talking to me?
No, I said they're not that good. They're not that good.
They weren't good.
How is 21-17 a track meet?
Not Georgia Tech. Not Georgia Tech. I said Wake Forest.
Oh, the Wake Forest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was.
Yeah. No. I'm not talking about them losing Georgia Tech. I couldn't believe they lost to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, it's like May just stopped being able to find open receivers for key plays.
That'll be interesting. I can't see.
I'm on North Carolina for that game.
Man, I just can't see. I can't see. I can't see.
DJ Ugalele fucking sucks. It's really just that simple.
Purdue and Michigan. Oh, I agree with you, Tristan. Purdue and Michigan.
Russell Wilson.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Y'all gonna think I'm fucking crazy here. I'm definitely gonna bet the plus 17 with Purdue. That's gonna happen.
Sure.
That's happening already.
Why?
But at plus 550, just hear me out for a second. I mean, Michigan's a good ball club. They are the second best ball club in the nation, hands down. Shit, they might be the best ball club in the nation. They might be better in Georgia. I don't know, but they're top 2. Michigan hadn't done shit in 5-6 years. Like, they've been good in the Big Ten, but the Big Ten is really bad. I mean, let's be honest. I think this might be too much for Michigan to fucking handle. Yeah, no, I know. I saw you're going to think I'm crazy. It's just like TCU. This might be too much for them to handle. They've never been in this situation. Those kids right now on that field have never been in this fucking situation. Never.
What situation are we talking about?
Fixing to go to the playoffs. You got to play a conference championship game. Fixing to go into the playoff, and we're fixing to. I mean, we're this close to winning a national championship. We are this close to winning a national championship. It's like anything. It's like in high school. If you finally make it, and you're one game away from making it to Cowboy Stadium to play the semifinals and then to play in the state championship, you're one game. These kids, their old buttholes will pucker up if they ain't never been in that situation, if they've never seen it, if they've never traveled like that. There's only so many teams left. This is a big stage. It's a huge stage. Like, unbelievable stage. The pressure that mounts.
And you think Purdue can do it?
It's not about I think anybody. Yes, I do. But it's how can Can Michigan sustain it? Can TCU sustain this? Georgia can, and they've been doing it by winning by 30 points instead of the 80. This is a big thing this is where I put it on the kids. Can you sustain it? Can you live in that moment? Can you succeed on that stage? It's one thing if you play guitar in your living room, but it's another one if you play guitar in front of fucking 20,000 fans. I mean, it's going to be a little bit tougher. And so in this stage, knowing they only have to win, they don't have to cover, they just have to win. But the look ahead, what's going to happen? I've got a month and a half to practice, and we're going in the top 4, and I've got all these interviews, and I've got people calling, and what's going on. I think it's a big stage. I love Purdue at the plus 17. And if there's going to be a major upset this weekend, it's going to be Purdue over Michigan. That's all on me. Next.
I mean, I could see that you would think that. I think you're wrong, but I can see how, like, this is the
y'all have called me wrong a bunch of times this year.
Oh yeah, this is the game that looks like the upset on paper. Like, you got somebody coming in as a huge dog. You know, they're going to have all of the billboard material and the locker room material because nobody's giving them a chance, you know, but hey, they still won half of the Big Ten, you know, so you can rally your players that way. The difference is, you know, when it comes to a game like this, can you stop the run? Because that's what it's going to be. Like,
right.
You got to stop the run. That's where it's going to start at. And I do not see Purdue being able to stop Michigan's run game. I mean, they ran it all over Ohio the second half. And I mean, they were doing the same plays. It was just punch. But
then again, Ohio State is who we thought they were.
Sure.
They're the second best team in the Big Ten, which is a huge drop off. Just like all those fucking Yankees up there say, all right, in the SEC, you get past these two teams and there's a huge drop off. Well, fuck y'all. There's a huge drop off over there from number 1 to everybody. There's only one good team in the Big Ten. They've proven it. They're here. That's it.
Here's the
OSU
thing that
sucks. Let's not get it twisted.
Here's the thing that I see differently. When you look at how they come up with these numbers, like minus 17, they're going to look at points per game. Purdue at almost 29 and Michigan at almost 40. So there's an 11-point difference. And then you look at points allowed, 23 for Purdue and 12 for Michigan. There's a 12-point difference there. So, you know, that's like 23 points. Now, when you look at how that equates to getting that 17, they're also going to look at total points and other things, form.
I think big play factor factors into that a little bit too, because like Michigan had a lot of big plays against OSU.
Yeah,
like chunk plays.
But in the same sense, like, that's not going to matter. I look at it as like is where they at right now in each player's game. Like, Michigan barely beat Illinois. And if you look at that game, Purdue ran all over them, 31-24. So I'm sure the pollsters and things are looking at that. But overall, I think that this game is I don't think that's enough points.
Yeah,
I think it's easy.
No, and I agree with everything I agree with everything you're saying. I do. And this is why I'm picking these guys and not the Georgia LSU game, because you could say the same thing about Georgia LSU. The problem is Georgia's been there the last 5 years. They know how to handle it. They know what to do. Yes, is LSU dangerous? Of course they are. But Georgia has better coaches than Michigan. Georgia's been there. Those kids understand it. And so it's just old hat for them. This is new for Michigan and these players, right? And then you've got Purdue here. And it's just like that old fight. I told a guy one time, and I'm not proud of it, and I'm not bragging or anything, but I told a guy, he's about 6 foot. I'm a little bitty guy. Little bitty guy, he squashed me with 1 foot. And this old boy bucked up to me, and I said, hey, man, I said, I said, you think about what you're doing here. He goes, I ain't scared of you. I said, I ain't got nothing to do about scared. Because I ain't scared either. I got my ass kicked plenty of times in my life. It's how far are you willing to take this? Because unless you're going to kill me, motherfucker, I'm going to keep coming after you. And somebody's not going to live through this. Because I don't have as much to live for like you do. You got that pretty little wife, you got your pretty kids, you got your job and all that. I don't have all that. How far are you willing to take this fight? Ask yourself that question before you throw that punch. Because I'm ready to roll. But how far are you willing to go? And I think that's the mentality that you get a Purdue in. Dude, we ain't got nothing to lose. I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm going to throw the punches. I'm going to keep getting up. I'm going to keep. And if I was that coach over there at Purdue, I don't even know his freaking name. That's how bad they are. That's what I'm preaching. Boys, we don't need guns. Just take a knife. Just cut them, bleed them. We'll let them bleed. We'll let them bleed slowly, and we'll just take it. Let's see how far they're willing to take this shit, because Michigan has everything to lose in this game. And that's the only thing is, you're loose and goose, and you go out there and you could just kick ass and take names. And if you win, fantastic. You've upset Michigan. If you lose, who cares? You're supposed to lose.
Yep.
So here's the question: if Michigan loses, do they still make the playoff?
Depends on how much. Depends. I'm telling you, for me, I think it depends on the score.
Because no shot they put Ohio State in over Michigan, right?
I still think, and I said all of this, and I'm still going to say this: they're still one of the they're one of the two best teams in the nation.
I think Michigan can still lose and make it.
I do too. I agree, 100%. I'd rather see them than Ohio State.
And if Michigan loses, it'll be on like a field goal. It'll be some bullshit.
This is the thing. Here's Tristan. This is where I'm with you about you can't punish Michigan for losing this game.
You can't, because you're not gonna put Ohio State in over them after they just.
Well, no, I think you can still. All right, so I think you can still punish them, but that doesn't mean that you have knocked them down below Ohio State. Like they still beat them head to head. So can you punish them and move them from a 2 to a 3? Yeah, of course. That's not punishing. That's just doing the right thing. I mean,
yeah, right. But then will the pollsters do that? Because right now, the perfect situation, I'm staring at it right now. Michigan versus TCU, Georgia versus USC. That way you get the Georgia-Michigan matchup that everybody wants to see.
No matter what.
You can't tell me you want to see TCU and USC in the national championship.
No, I mean,
no.
Let's be serious. It's not going to matter. But you gotta look at it from their view. I mean, moving them from a 2 to a 3 really doesn't matter a lot, but it's the right thing to do. Like, if they lose, obviously.
Yeah, but you move them to 2 or 3, and it's still Michigan TCU in the semis.
I mean, you could bump them all the way down to 4, and just
but you don't want a Michigan Georgia matchup.
Oh, but that's what they do want.
But not in the semis.
Yeah, it sells tickets.
Not in the semis, bro. Come on.
Now think about it. All right, think.
But are you still drunk? Are you still drunk, Donnie?
No. Listen, think about it. Think about it from their point of view. What's the bigger draw overall? Is it better to have 2 bad games that nobody watches? Because nobody's watching Georgia versus USC or Michigan versus TCU. Like,
I'm going to disagree. I'm Michigan TCU is a good matchup.
But think about it this way. Everybody's watching the national championship game, right? Winner or lose, doesn't matter. Yeah. They're watching it. So they think we can get Georgia, Michigan, which is a big fucking draw.
Yep.
USC, TCU is not going to matter. Then we get another big fucking draw because it's the national championship.
Okay.
So they get 2 big draws instead of 1.
I'll let you slide on that one.
Big brain.
Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful thing about this time of year is you could talk. We could talk about this all night long, and it's just not going to matter because people that have never even stepped foot on a football field are going to tell you who's going to play and where they're going to play. That's a fact. Army Navy. Let's talk Army Navy real quick because this is always a big game. The total's at 34.
Take
Army minus 1.5.
Take the under. Take the under.
Take the under.
Take the under.
Take the under and parlay it with Army minus 1.5.
I learned my lesson the hard way last year. Take the under.
Jackson State is favored by 20. I don't know if y'all saw that or not.
Yeah, I did.
They'll cover it.
Hugh
Deion's
Freeze,
gonna go out
the new Auburn coach.
I saw that.
There's a lot that can be said about that. But like I told Tristan, this is how much winning means in the SEC. Auburn, this is how much it means that Hugh Freeze still has a shot at a place like that. And then Deion Sanders at Colorado.
Did he sign?
No. Well, they that's the rumor. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think Deion will do it.
No.
I wish he would. I think
he's gonna go to USF.
I think Deion Sanders could go, like I said before, to the Southwest Assemblies of God in Alpine, Texas, where there's a total of 35 people, and I think he can win big there anywhere he goes.
Yeah.
I think he can win big. Oh my gosh, if he got the job at Colorado, that would be so freaking awesome.
He's not going to Colorado.
No, he's not.
He knows his value. He knows his worth. He put it perfectly in the press conference. People were asking him about stuff, and he goes, "I'm not going to tell you who's calling. Like, we're not going to talk about it, but they are calling." Like, that was the perfect way to handle it. Like, because he's like, "Not going to tell you who, but I got them calling. So if you want to call, and you got a better shot, you know where I'm at." You know, so that was him saying, "I am interested in leaving this place, but you know, it's got to be the right fit." And Colorado's not the right fit. Like, that's not Deion. Deion needs something that's going to be high profile on a big stage. Colorado does not have a big stage.
I heard it was between Colorado, USF, and there was one more.
There'll be more. There'll be a lot more. Like, he may stay pat this year just so that he can jump into like a huge seat, like Saban retiring or
you think it's going to be something like that?
Oh, we talked about it. Think about it. Think about how much money the NIL could throw at Deion in Alabama. Like, the marketing is insane. Like, it's literally.
I don't think Saban's retiring anytime soon.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
What else has he got?
I'll tell you what. You bring up the NIL. I'll tell you who's doing it right. And I just found out about this week. Georgia is going to be at the top of the peak for a long time coming because they're doing it right. You know how many players they are paying through NIL on their staff. 95 players are getting money.
Sure.
Doesn't have to be huge, but they are getting money. And Kirby Smart is doing it the right way. Some of these kids can't afford this. They can't afford that. They can. He is spreading that money out to these players. And when I heard that, I thought, you know what? That's the way to do it. You don't have to make millions. You just got to get them there, show them you love them, and have them stay there.
We're going to start seeing some deals pop up soon, probably in the next year or two, where it's going to be a competitive thing. Do I take the first round draft pick or do I stay in college because I can make more in college?
Now, we talked about Bijan Robinson in Texas. Does he enter the NFL draft to make $2 million his first year, or does he stay in Texas and they give him $5 million to play his senior year?
Yep,
dude,
it's going to start happening, which is a good thing. Keeps kids in school, gives them more experience.
Hey, I'm going to leave you guys with I've never done this, but I'm going to do it for this weekend, and I'm going to post it all over social media and shit just to see if it happens. But I've got a 3-team parlay for you guys this weekend, all on the money line, and it's a plus 235. Okay. Take Troy, Tulane, and Boise State. Troy, Tulane, Boise State. Troy's the big one at the minus 320.
Yeah,
the other two are 175 and 160. but take Troy, Tulane, Boise State, parlay them on the money line, plus 235.
The only one I don't like out of that is Boise State. I don't.
But I didn't ask you that.
I know. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna parlay.
That's your leg that's gonna get crashed.
I think I'm gonna parlay Georgia, USC, TCU, and Michigan to all win.
There you go.
I think that'd be fun.
I would have put Jackson State, but that's minus 1,400 to win.
Oh yeah. And all the money's on Jackson State too.
Give me your best bet. Looking at it right now, real quick. Give me your best bet, 2 best bets right now for whoever's listening and whoever wants to play something.
North Carolina plus 7.5.
Okay. Donnie?
Best bet.
Oh, we already got the over on
I got
North Texas UTSA.
I got to
I'll tell you what.
Minus 3.5. Best bet on the board.
Bro.
For USC?
No, Tulane minus 3.5.
Oh.
Okay, Donnie. I'm going to follow your advice. I'm going to take Boise State out. I'm going to take Troy, the over in the North Texas game, and Tulane. That's plus 286.
Wait, North Texas over? Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Troy
or
over.
If you want to get real crazy, you could just put TCU in since we know you like TCU.
So that USC, Michigan, TCU, Georgia money line parlay is plus 258.
Say it again.
So USC money line, Michigan money line, TCU money line, Georgia money line.
I can't take USC money line because I've got them losing.
I'm just saying, like if you want to play the nothing's gonna change and all the teams that are supposed to be in the playoff are gonna be there, it would be a plus 258 parlay.
That's pretty safe. I like it. I like it a lot. Guys, y'all got anything else?
Nope.
No.
I like it. Short slate. We're going to start tomorrow with Utah USC. I'm already going to. When we get off, I'm already going to put it in at the plus 3. I might even buy it up to 3.5, just to have the hook, because the hook has got me. But I like Utah. Guys, thanks for showing up. Appreciate you guys showing up. And let's see how this goes. And we'll keep this shit rolling. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. Make sure you go to Spotify and YouTube. Like, follow, share, tell people about us. Leave some comments. Let us know what you think, what you like, what you don't like. In the comment sections over there, what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear, man. We'll take all kind of criticism. We're all about it. This is Coach's Call. This is the staff. Tristan Dunn, North Carolina, Donnie Nolan in Tennessee, and I'm over here in the great country of Texas. This is Coach's Call, Sharp Lines and Stacking Dimes, our college football pick'em show. I appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll see you guys at the ticket window. Until then, adios.
See ya.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.